Hola Geek fans, we're back for another Geek Reviews, and today we are reviewing Fargo Season 1. This has some touchstones from the movie Fargo, because it's set in Minnesota, it's cold, lots of snow, but you don't actually need to ever see the movie Fargo to understand this, because it doesn't actually touch anything storyline-wise. So this is about the story of this man, played by Billy Bob Thornton, Lauren Malvo. Who's just basically one-man killing machine. And he goes around killing lots and lots of people. And there's this police officer, Molly Solverson, that is bent on getting him. Near the beginning of the season, her police captain dies. He gets killed by this guy. And she's hell-bent on getting him. Also tied up in the storyline, we got Bill Baggins. Martin Freeman. He's playing this mild-mannered guy that, through just a bizarre series of coincidences, he ends up getting this Lauren Malvo character to kill this other guy, and it's just this chain of events up where they're trying to find who killed the guy, and there's all kinds of craziness going on.
Yeah, and he also killed his wife with a hammer.
With a hammer. And it's just, there's so many bizarre things are happening. Jacob, you wanted me to watch this show. You know, we made a deal about you watching Man in the High Castle and watch Fargo. What did you like about the show?
I just loved how, well, first of all, I like the black humor of it. It has a lot of very dark humor in it, and that's the directors of Fargo. That's their whole thing.
Coen Brothers.
Yeah, they have a lot of dark humor in their movies, and that's what I really liked about this show. It captured the feel of the movie.
Yeah, thematically, it had those same elements.
Yeah, and brought it into a show, which each season is a different storyline. And that I really like anthology series. And this one, it was like, I think it was like mid 2000s.
2006.
Yeah, 2006. Season 2 is set in the 70s.
1979.
So, yeah, so they jump around all over the place, and it's all about real life murder mysteries that just happened to happen in Fargo. I guess there's a lot, but in season 1.
Well, real life.
Yeah,
I mean,
they say they keep everything the same except for the names, but they change a lot. But in season 1, you get to see Martin Freeman's character. He reminds me a lot of the main character in the movie. He's just this guy. He's kind of a loser. He kind of hates his life, and then he's like fed up, kills his wife. He's like, oh shit, I should call that guy that said he would kill people for me. So he gets him. And then Billy Bob Thornton, who's the guy, he kills the police chief, kills the guy who
bullied Martin Freeman's character earlier on.
Yeah, both in high school and now as adults. So, and then like you said, just all these crazy string of events. It's just that's what I really like. It's so nonstop. It just keeps going. It never like once does it like hit the brakes. It just keeps going on, and
I mean, eventually you get to a point where you have Billy Bob Thornton's character who is out just killing a bunch of people. Then you have other people sent after him, other killers that are out just killing people too.
Yeah.
Right? And they have a showdown, and it just keeps going and going. And of course, eventually the showdown is with Billy Bob Thornton at the very end, and all these events come together. That like these kind of different people, like the Molly, the police officer, Bilbo Baggins, Billy Bob Thornton, they all come together at the end, and then it's like craziness ensues.
Yeah, and in the Martin Freeman's character, he was interesting enough, but what got me hooked was Billy Bob Thornton's character, because he's this badass hitman, doesn't take shit from anyone, he'll kill you if you do anything wrong. And I love at the end of the season when they're in Vegas, and then he meets him on the elevator, and he's like, oh shit, and then he has to kill everyone in the elevator with them. I love that whole sequence. But what we haven't touched yet is, what did you think about the first season?
It was pretty good.
Okay.
I had a couple problems, and that scene of the elevator is one of my major problems with the whole entire series. The whole entire one I really disliked it, and I'll get to that in a moment. My big issue was the acting was good. The storylines were generally interesting, but they played up, I felt, too much of the bumbling idiot characters. Too often people just did something stupid or dumb or were just too dense. Like, and it was hard to believe at times. Like, for example, the whole time, right, this Molly character, she's smarter than everyone else.
Yeah.
And she seems to know what's going on. And everyone else is kind of like, oh no, oh no. No matter what evidence she brings up, like the new police chief that takes over, oh, no.
Yeah.
And I find it hard to believe at times that these people could do this. I know they're setting up. These characters are kind of fumbling around. They know what they're doing. Martin Freeman's character also, he just seemed too stupid and too dumb. Not at some point to get caught. And this is, I'm going to tie into a moment that the Las Vegas scene, which I really didn't like. So that mostly I didn't like it. Things seemed it just happened to go this way. This happened to go this way. This happened to go this way. There's a scene where there's two FBI agents out front of a building, and Billy Bob Thornton's character comes in to take care of the people that were sent to kill him, and he massacres like 15 people with a machine gun, and they're just sitting there doing do. I'm like, what, really? It didn't feel believable at that point. It's like, okay, it jumped the shark.
Yeah.
It went too far at that point. And now to get to that scene that you just mentioned that I really dislike. Why the fuck did Martin Freeman ever walk up to him and try talking to him?
That's true.
Why did he ever do that? Why would he ever do that? It made no sense. And why, once he did do it, did he not go, this was a bad idea, this guy's a killer? And why did Billy Bob Thornton never kill Martin Freeman's character?
Yeah.
Baffled me why he never killed him when he killed everyone else for the slightest thing. People that worked with him, because he showed how he killed people that worked with him, like with his boss that was giving him hits in the beginning, he killed that guy. Why would he not kill this guy that's undermining him?
Well, Shane, it's based on a true story. You gotta follow the true events.
Fuck, it's not a true story.
But, see, that didn't really bother me. That was a minor quibble for me. I was like, he could kill him if he wanted to, and he should have.
It wasn't the source that killed him. Is he actually went up to him and started talking to him.
See, for that
was like really bizarre.
See, for that, think about it now is probably because for Martin Freeman's character, he was on top of the world at that point, and he was like, I can do anything, get away with anything. I'm gonna go talk to this guy who started everything for me. So that's how it made sense for me.
It made I could buy it to that point.
Yeah.
But as soon as he gets up and he's like, leave, or he tells him like, go away.
Yeah.
That point, he falls into the elevator and pushes it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just didn't buy it. I felt like, oh, they're just moving the story. They're just moving the story along. And so there's a couple times, the time when Billy Bob Thornton killed all those people, and this other time where I'm like, come on now, come on. And the time when the police officers just refuse to believe Molly, where I'm like, really, with all this evidence she has, really you're not believing her?
Yeah.
It felt artificial, the story moving forward at points.
So, how'd you like the end of the season? Because for me, when I saw, Martin Freeman has a new wife at that point, and then he's like, "Oh, wear my coat and go into that place where they're gonna kill you." Because she doesn't know that. Goes in the place, gets killed, then he just drives off, and then goes to restart his life again. How'd you feel about that?
A little forced again, especially how dumb the wife was.
Yeah, she was.
She didn't put two and two together. Like, wait, there's a bunch of killings that happened at the Las Vegas hotel. This man that you're with. His wife died in this horrific circumstance. Oh, that's another thing I had a problem with. The whole, they never even addressed it, the whole brother thing. She just gets blamed and they never bring it up again. They do the year skip and he's gone. Yeah. Right? It kind of felt just like there's something to move the story along. It was just too convenient. The wife was just too dumb and naive. And then she started going along with the lies.
See, I did have a little bit of problems with these things, but they were just minor quibbles for me. But what I really liked about it was the characters and the story. And I really like seeing Key and Peele in there, the two black detectives.
Yep.
They're great comedians. This is a very different role for them. They were in a very, very serious role. They were on like a few episodes and they got killed off at the end. But for me, I thought it just captured the essence of the film itself. Had all the really dark humor, but also the really serious tones as well. And I loved Martin Freeman's fate at the end. He died. Really when you think about it, he got away with it at the end.
Yeah.
So it reminded me a lot. It wasn't as good, but it reminded me a lot of Breaking Bad. Walter White's character. He like just climbs up the ladder and then he just falls at the end.
This was my other thing I was going to mention. For the first 3 episodes of this show, I'm like, what style of show is this? Where have I seen this style of show before? And then I realized Fargo is in the style of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. Yeah. They have quirky characters, they have funny dialogue, except Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul never crossed that point where I go, oh, where I'm annoyed by the characters. So some of the characters here I just find annoying. It never crossed that point. It never crossed the point where I went, no, that's a little too much. It did it so well. So Fargo feels like it's copying that whole style, which is fine because there's different genres, whatever. But maybe I'm being too hard on it. It just did a lot of it just didn't appeal to me personally. Like it's not like it's like I don't really like this aspect. I don't really like this aspect. It's not that it's bad necessarily. It's just like I don't want to see this. I want to see something else.
All right. Well, I really liked it. I really liked season 1. We're gonna give it a letter grade. Probably give it an A.
I'm gonna give it a. B minus.
Okay.
B minus. I might give it a B. Maybe you convinced me to give it a B because a lot of this is just personal quirks of mine. Like I just don't. I wouldn't have gone in this direction.
Yeah.
Right. There's a couple parts that I think are dumb where there's like a logic gap. But mostly the acting is really good. Some of the scenes are amazingly intense. We're like, what the hell's gonna happen next?
I love the scene where the cop that ends up marrying Molly. He pulls over Billy Bob Thornton and he's just like, walk away. And he's like,
yep.
Yeah, that was a really intense scene.
Really good scene.
And you hear his daughter through the mic in his car.
Yep. So there's a lot of good things to this show. It's got a lot of great reviews. If you like the Fargo movie, if you like quirky characters, if you like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, this is in that style. I mean, for me, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul are the only things I ever really liked that are kind of in that quirky style. I don't usually watch that kind of weird thing, but you know, it can work. It can be, if it's done really well. It just can be difficult when you have these weird, quirky characters to make them really convince you. Like for movies, being John Malkovich, an adaptation coming to mind is. Movies have really quirky characters. They're kind of weird. There's strange stuff happening. Like there's a lot of like happenstance, but it comes together. And I know this. I'm setting a really high bar here by Breaking Bad adaptation, like these really high tier shows. I know I'm saying maybe an unrealistically high bar for the show, but either way, I'm gonna give it a B minus. Maybe I'll give it a B, but that's all I have to say in this.
And Shane watched season 2 too, so we're gonna do a video on that as well.
Check it out. We're gonna be doing a video.
And for just a spoiler right now, I liked season 2 even more than season 1.
Holy beans, you'll hear my opinion next time on Geeks the Movies. We'll talk to you later.